Welcome to Community Issues, a program designed to help you stay informed about matters affecting your community. This program is a production of this family radio station. Now here's your host for today's edition of Community Issues.
This is WFCH in Charleston. My name is Virginia Beehn. If you are a child that is either homeless or from a low-income family, you can be assured to get at least a meal or two from school or an after-school activity. But what do you do during the summer? We're talking today with Erin Fisher, Chief Operating Officer for Lowcountry Food Bank in North Charleston. Welcome to the program, Erin.
Thank you, Virginia.
During the school year, you have a variety of programs such as breakfast in the classroom and the kids' cafe and backpack buddies in order to help children that are from low-income families or perhaps even homeless have enough to eat. But what in the world do the children do during the summer when there is no school?
You know, most people think about us around the holidays, but actually one of the times of greatest need in terms of food insecurity is in the summertime. So while most children are excited to leave school for the school year, it is with heavy heart that I think about that first day of summer and the thousands of children who are missing the meals that they rely on every day when they go to school. It is hard to find these kids. We have to go out to summer programs, community centers, churches, vacation Bible schools, Boys and Girls Clubs, YMCAs, libraries, parks, and we are on the hunt trying to find places where kids are gathering over the summer so that when they're not receiving that meal from school, how can we make it easy for them to get a meal and come and find us so that they can get a free meal over the summer? With
those summer needs in view, do you have any programs that you're starting with the Lowcountry Food Bank in order to address them?
We do. We have the summer meal program that we operate through the USDA, and with that summer meal program, anyone under the age of 18 can receive a free meal. We have breakfast, we have lunch. Anyone who is in need under the age of 18 can call a hotline, or we have a text line so that families can find locations where we are serving meals this summer.
How do you make that information available to the residents that need it?
We have, I think, the easiest way to connect is to use a text service. And the text service is you simply get out your cell phone and you text the word food to the number 877-877. So text the word food to 877-877. It will respond to you and ask you for your zip code, and then it will send you all the locations where we are serving breakfast and lunch and the date and time that we are serving it for every single location in your zip code.
That works for most kids because most kids these days seem to have a cell phone, but what about those that are a little bit too young to know? How do you get this information to their parents?
That is our hardest job, is to create awareness. We did a survey of the community, and we found out that awareness is the biggest barrier to participation in this free summer meal program. So we send out flyers through churches. We put the information in church bulletins. We make sure that kids go home with flyers at the end of the school year. The USDA also has a hotline, and the hotline works just like the text service, and the number that you call is 1-866-3 and the word hungry, 1-866-3-HUNGRY. You can call that number, and a wonderful person from the USDA will pick up the phone, and you tell them where you live, and they'll tell you every location and the time lunch and breakfast is served.
Do you have any summer meal programs that might serve adults?
In addition to the summer meal program for kids, we actually do a lot of food distributions over the summer. We focus mostly on produce because we're so lucky to live in an area so abundant with local produce. We are doing produce distributions regularly to ensure that our local community has access to fresh, healthy produce this summer, regardless of their ability to pay for it.
How do you get that produce to people?
We work through a network of about 300 different distribution points. Most of those are faith-based churches. And we also work with community centers and other nonprofits. We work with senior centers. We work with Meals on Wheels programs. So if any listeners are part of a church or an organization that would like to partner with us, we would love to talk to you. We have many different points in the community where we are serving, but we always need more, because if our local residents don't have access to a car, we're always looking for places that are close to home. So the more locations we have, the better.
How would people get in touch with you to find out how they can become involved?
They should either visit us on our website or give us a call on the phone. Our website is www.lowcountryfoodbank.org.
And the phone number?
The phone number is 843-747-8146. And we always welcome new partners. It certainly takes a community and partnerships to take care of all of the food insecure people in our area. And summertime seems to be the time when people feel it the most.
We're talking today with Erin Fisher, Chief Operating Officer of the Lowcountry Food Bank in North Charleston. Year-round, you also have a food bank that people can visit. What are the requirements to participate in the food bank program?
For a client who is interested in receiving food assistance, you merely have to walk in the door. If you have a need, you are welcome to come, and we would be happy to give you some food to help patch you through and connect you with an agency right there in your neighborhood.
How often can someone visit the food bank?
We like to refer you to a place in your neighborhood, so you can come to us once a year to get food assistance and to get a referral. We like to refer our clients to one of our 300 different organizations where we can make sure that you're not only getting food, but assistance with utilities, with housing, with resumes, with applications for food stamps, and just a whole well-rounded host of services.
Where are you located?
We are at 2864 Azalea Drive, and we are in North Charleston.
You were talking about the food bank receiving food from a lot of different places. What are some of your main suppliers? Where do you get your food?
We get our food from pretty much any grocery store you can imagine. So when you're walking through the grocery store and you see those bananas that have a few brown spots in them, and you wonder, where do those go at the end of the day? Well, chances are those come to the food bank. So we are getting food, everything from meat, produce, bakery, both perishable and non-perishable, from our local grocers. So when food is on the verge of going out of date, or if it's dented, or a label is ripped, or it's anything less than 100% desirable to a paying customer, it comes to the food bank. And so we have trucks that are on the road every single day picking up food from grocery stores, keeps it out of the landfill, and gets it to the folks that need it the most. We also get food from manufacturers. We do receive food through USDA and as well through food drives.
If we were to go to one of our local distributors to receive food, are there any income requirements, or is it simply a need that needs to be presented?
Simply a need that is to be presented. Oftentimes we will ask for some form of identification just so that we can capture some basic demographics. Less than half of Americans have about $400 in their bank account. And so what that means to me is that many people, regardless of your income, may be just one car trouble away from needing food assistance. I can tell you, Virginia, so often I see people coming in the door at the food bank who are dressed for work. They're wearing logoed shirts. They're coming after work. They're kind of embarrassed about coming to the food bank. And oftentimes I can't even tell, based on the people that are walking in the door, if someone's walking in to volunteer or to make a donation. And I'm often surprised that folks are coming in for food assistance because you just can't tell. People don't look any different who need food assistance oftentimes. And so if someone needs food assistance, sometimes the income that you have right now isn't telling the whole story. It may not be telling the story of the elderly parent that you're taking care of, or the medical bills that you have mounting, or the car trouble that you're having to pay for at the moment. So there's not an income requirement.
You were talking about not knowing whether someone walking in the door is there to ask for food or to volunteer. Let's talk for a moment about volunteers. Do you need them, and what would they do?
Yes, we always need volunteers. And in fact, many people this time of year say to me, Erin, I'd really like to teach my children about how lucky they are, and I want them to learn about the needs that other people in our community have. And you know what? Bringing your kid to volunteer at the food bank is one of the best conversation starters to learn about the needs that other people may have in our community. So we would love to have volunteers of all ages, and what you'd be doing at the food bank can vary based on your skill level and your desire. Most often we have groups that are coming in, or individuals to help us sort and sanitize food. So if we have cans coming in from a retailer or a food drive, we have to inspect them, check their date, wipe them down, and sort them based on food type. We may also be sorting produce. So it could be taking big bins of sweet potatoes and bagging them into 5-pound bags so that it's easier for us to distribute to clients. If you're someone that loves to cook, we have a production kitchen where we're producing over 1,600 meals a day out of our kitchen, and it's almost entirely done with volunteers. We can use volunteers in a variety of ways, so all you really need is a desire to help out. We would love to have you.
For information about your summer meal programs, your summer feeding programs, food insecurity questions, volunteering at the food bank, earlier you gave us a couple of telephone numbers and websites. Would you give us that information once again?
Absolutely. Please come visit us at lowcountryfoodbank.org or give us a call at 843-747-8146.
You also gave us 2 telephone numbers where we could call for a location near us where children can eat summer meals. Would you repeat that information too?
Absolutely. The text service is very easy to use. You text the word food to 877-877. Again, that's texting the word food to 877-877, or you can call the USDA hotline. And the number there is 866-3-HUNGRY.
We are talking today with Erin Fisher, Chief Operating Officer for the Lowcountry Food Bank in North Charleston. As we end today's program, what final thoughts would you like to leave with us?
This summer, when many children are excited to be swimming at the pool and playing with their friends and going to camps, we would just urge you to be aware and think of the kids who are sitting at home without much food in the cupboard. And, we'd love to have your help, your financial support, your hands, even just, spreading the word so that people know that there's a need over the summertime. The need increases, and we need our community's support.
Thank you so much, Erin Fisher, for being our guest today on Community Issues.
Thank you, Virginia.
Thank you, listener, for tuning in today. My name is Virginia Beehn, and this is WFCH Charleston.
This has been Community Issues, a program designed to help you stay informed about matters affecting your community. The views expressed on this program are those of the participants and not necessarily those of Family Stations Incorporated. Thanks for listening today, and join us next week at this same time for another edition of Community Issues.
If you are aware of a need, interest, or concern of this listening area and have any questions about the local programming you just heard, please email information@familyradio.org. To learn more about Family Radio, a beacon of truth and hope to the people of this world, and our many wonderful resources, go to familyradio.org or call toll-free 1-800-543-1495. Be sure to mention this Local Issues program.